Hang on just a second. Good morning to all. Good morning to all. Okay, there, that's better. We have our little owl back here. He's almost all alone. Interesting. We have pulled some stuff out of the cabinet. Just see, what is today? 2 days ago. Good morning, Scarlett. How you doing? For those of you that come in later, Scarlett comes for the United Kingdom. Actually, is in the United Kingdom. I should say that differently. How you doing, Scarlett? I had was on a sale. Gosh, this week's been a blur. Let's see. It was on Tuesday. Yes, it was on Tuesday. So let's see what channel it was on. Oh my goodness. It was at East Coast Resellers. Dawn, Southern Finds channel, I do believe. And her partner in crime is usually Teresa from Yarn Again. So that was fun. How are things going in Wales, I believe it is. Is it Wales? You're in Wales, right? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start sorting, Scarlett. I got these wonderful plastic containers. So I didn't know at first what I was going to put in them or how I was going to use them, but now I know. I want to put these necklaces in bags. I've got some other necklaces kind of scattered around here. This is going to tangle within itself, but at least it won't tangle with the other stuff. So let me see. Wow, it's getting hot. Good morning, Rudy. So good to see you. You want me to pray for your cat or cats? I don't pray publicly. I pray out loud publicly unless I'm called to do so by someone in my church. But I'm going to bow my head right now and pray for your prayer concern. In Jesus' name, amen. Good morning, Jonathan. All right. Give me just a moment. There's a moment of silence while I pray, please. In Jesus' name, amen. Yeah, I used to do that. I never got where I was addicted. I was addicted to cigarettes, and I'm addicted to coffee. Go better. for us now. That's not a good indicator, but like I said before, I was sorting jewelry from the jewelry that I tried to sell on Tuesday. I didn't even have any backroom bidders on it, so I think I'll move on from jewelry as far as selling. I was giving really good prices, but one of the things, and you got no control over this. The two sellers, it was a membership auction, and the two sellers, it was a slow day to start with, and the two sellers in front of me were experienced jewelry sellers, and I'm more of a novice, so I was unable to sell anything. The lady before me, it appeared she didn't sell anything, but there was somebody in the back room that was buying jewelry from them. So they successfully sold the majority of their pieces. So the next auction I'm going to focus on fall items. Here's Halloween, because I'm going to do on July 1st, I'm going to be on New England Cajun Roots Reseller Rapid Fire Round. And I'm going to do Christmas in July on that sale. And good morning, Young Prex and Rafiti Kotaki. I hope that's right, Kotaki. But welcome in, welcome in. I do unboxings, and most of my unboxings are from live YouTube auctions. And I was on a live YouTube auction this week selling jewelry, but I'm going to go to my next auction, and I'm going to sell fall items and kind of bric-a-brac miscellaneous stuff instead of selling jewelry. I'll probably go to that auction and have people right in front of me doing the same thing, but it's okay. It's all right. The auction I was at before that, I am a hands-only. I only show my hands and my items. I don't show my face. And I had to sneeze, and I had muted myself for a second to sneeze. And the host says to me, "You're muted." Well, I knew I was muted because I didn't want everybody to hear me sneeze. So next time, I'll just let everybody hear me sneeze, and they'll be like, "Oh, you can mute when you do that." I know that's what's going to be said, which is hilarious because, it's like if you do one thing, it's not good enough. You do another thing, it's not good enough. But it's okay. I will survive. I will go on. God blessed me the next day with, I would say, a new friend. I found out that somebody that was already in my life was connected to me in another way. And it was a real blessing to find that out. Matter of fact, it helped me organize some of my stuff. Oh, here's a thank you card with an anchor. I've been meaning to give that to somebody special. I've had problems connecting with that person. So anyway, but God blessed me in other ways yesterday after, I had a disappointing auction. More ways than I wanted to admit that I was already blessed. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this up. I hope people... All right. Thank you all for coming back in. I appreciate that. Let me see if I can close this. Spread these bracelets out a little more. It's the bracelets that are preventing them from this closing. Well, I thought so. Let me move this bag. Yeah, that was the problem. Okay. So organized that container. I'm going to put this in here. Oh, wait a minute. This is empty. Okay. That's a little pendant. Maybe real stone. I've got to get some testers to know what I have that's real and what that I have that's not. Okay. Here's the one. Is this it? Yes, this is the one I'm going to gift to someone. Someone special. I have to do somebody's unboxing this week. Yeah, these need to be bagged and separated because they're potentially can tangle in each other. So there's this cobalt blue sea bead necklace is in a bag. I wanted to make sure that bigger one was in a bag. Those things tangle in with each other and it gets horrible. Say hello again like it's a new stream if you would, because, well, I had some connection issues this morning, and I don't know if the people in here are the people that came back or they are the people that that are new or that are just lurking. So I appreciate it if you would say hello and give me some support in that manner. So do I have another bag that's empty? No, I don't. I need 2 or more bags. Now this is small enough. Wait a minute. This would be funny. This would absolutely be funny. That's got a rabbit tag, sure enough. Okay, let me cut this tag off. Okay, that bag is just too big for that item. So I'm going to put it in this pretty green bag. I'm going to trade it out because it's like when you eat off a plate, you can put the same amount of food on a small plate and it looks like more food than if you put it on a big plate. So I am going to gift this to someone in the community, but it's not some big channel, and it's not somebody that's still on YouTube. They have, I don't know if they are going to continue on YouTube or not. So there are others, there's more space in that. So what am I going to put in it? Oh, I found some of my Christmas in July. Oh, good morning, Dance and Food. Oh, I love it. Ed's Dance and Food. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope we're connected. I need to remember these names when I get off of here. That these are brooches that are Christmas brooches, and on July 4th, or 1st, not 4th, I'll be selling those on Johnny K. Generates reseller auction. Here's a bracelet. I don't know if you can see that. Trust in the Lord, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 is what that says there. And it's connected just by a simple rope. There it is. There it popped. All right. I'm going to put that over here in the corner by itself. This plate, and I've had some visitors in here. This plate on previous days is this beautiful copper plate is from Iran. So that's very decorative and probably made individually. Nothing, no assembly line. Of course, they may have one person doing one thing and one person doing another. I guess it could be, an old-fashioned assembly line, but not what they did at the Ford company at the turn of the century, or the robots they have making cars now. Nothing like that. So, I'm going to bring all the bubble wrap I see over here and organize it. Now, what I do with all this bubble wrap is if I'm not, this is a beautiful, when I first saw this, I thought it was for like a wedding to put the rings on, but those have little ties. Of course, you could sew ribbon on this, in this lace, and use it for that, or sew it into the lace on the edge. But that's going where the jewelry's going. But what I do with all this stuff is that I get bubble wrap, packing paper, boxes. I put it in back in the boxes without the stuff, and I put it on Facebook Marketplace for people in the community. Oh, here's another bag, so I can put more jewelry in that. If I don't reuse it like that, then I'll go ahead and give it away to somebody in the local community that is selling, or that is shipping, like somebody's eBay store, or is moving. Good morning, Roll Call Cabin. It's so good to see you in here. I've had some connection issues this morning, and I lost a lot of people. And it went on, and so I had Marty get off the internet so we would have more space, so to speak. I'm getting ready to pick out some new glass and stuff for the background of what I'm doing. So I can put that over there right now. And I'm gathering up bubble wrap to give away to somebody in the community. Oh, this is a fall item. So I can sell this in the next June sale I have. I haven't heard back from the person that I could potentially sell with. So, oh, these are cute. I do have some mushroom bags. I could make a mushroom lot. I'm working on a watermelon lot too. But Roll Call Cabin has a cabin out in the middle of the woods. He owns the land. He's built a cabin on it. And it's with his bare hands and chainsaws. A chainsaw. I don't know how many chainsaws you have. Oh, I've been looking for this one. This is, of course, I just said I wasn't going to sell any jewelry. But this item I might sell anyway. This is a man's necklace. And I've seen these for sale. And I can say this because this isn't a sale. I'm just going over, I'm just organizing and talking about my sales. But I've seen this. Oh, you like watermelon. Yay. But it won't, the watermelon lot will not include any actual watermelon. Just clarify that. It'll be like a little watermelon change purse, a little watermelon shopping bag, stuff like that. This watermelon themed. But anyway, I've seen this listed for $89. And the last auction I offered it for $15. And after I saw how much they were going for, I was kind of happy it didn't sell because it's a much nicer item than I originally thought. Much more expensive item. Or sometimes when things are for sale for a certain price, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what they're going to sell for. That's what somebody has it listed at. It might sold at retail for that originally, but the potential to sell it or resell it for that price might be lower. I mean, it's just like, when you get a car and it's brand new and you drive it off the lot, and then the actual value of the car drops $5,000 as soon as you turn the key and drive it off the lot. So as soon as it's bought, because at that point in time, it's not genuinely new again. So anyway, that's how things work sometimes. But I know that was wrapping something else, so I'm not going to pull that from back here. It's not really a lot back here that I could still put in this pile. Another, for some reason, I get a lot of sandwich bags. Oh, that has one sticker in it. I'm going to pull that sticker out and put it in my sticker box. Oh no, that sticker is stuck on the outside of that. Okay, so that sticker's been used, and that's fine. And that joy can be passed along to the next person. And these sunflower stickers, this either came from Stephanie at the Gross Bargain Emporium or Angela Isaac. And Angela Isaac's channel is named Angela Isaac. So, okay. So I'm gathering up fall items as I do this. I need some glue stick for this. This box fell apart, but I've got all the pieces. I want to work that puzzle to make sure I've got all the pieces. And here's something I've been doing. These are Mr. Clean sponges. And yesterday I sent out a package. Cellophane that was wrapping these has gotten discombobulated. But I sent out a piece yesterday, and there was extra room in the box. So I took one of these. Oh, there's another one over here. I took one of these and I cut it in half, and I put one side of the half sponge on one side and one half on the other. So it's kind of like a sandwich. When you cut a sponge in half, what do you have? Do you have half a sponge? No, you have another sponge, because there's not a specific dimension that a sponge is supposed to be. Although these sponges might have come off, a sponge that was 10 foot by 10 foot, or maybe they were melted down and remanufactured into these exact sizes. But it's kind of like, can you have a half sandwich? Yeah, they do. They work great. But they work great in shipping too. And I don't know. These aren't all that expensive, are they? Of course, packing material is expensive. I'm not giving those away. So to anyone in the community, because I find them so handy. And if all else fails, I can clean with them. Imagine that. Okay. Here's another bag that I think came from Stephanie or Angela. Probably Stephanie. Stephanie uses more sunflower stickers, I believe, than Angela. Now, here's another little bag I can put with that jewelry to separate out necklaces. Oh, and this is neat. This is a resin piece, This was made by Lakira 55, or Barbara, or the Glitter Queen, whatever name you call her. And she gets a lot of trolls. She gets a lot of harassment, but she does make some really nice resin pieces, and I love this horse. Matter of fact, I can hang on to this horse, not to sell. If I end up going on somebody's channel, who I'm waiting for an email, she likes horses, so I'll save that for her gift. If she invites me to be on her channel. Okay, that's a little handwritten thank you note. Oh, this Sunday I'm going to a party. Oh, I need to get to the store. And we're having hamburgers and hot dogs. Good morning again, Scarlett. I know thank you for your patience and coming back and being loyal. I've had a lot of connection issues this morning. But, oh, and here's the box. It was so funny. I came back from a trip and I couldn't find my regular stand. And I'd had this in the bedroom forever. I wanted to give this to somebody, and I was told by their spouse, oh no, she's got, her set up the way she wants it. And so that had been in my bedroom, so I just grabbed it and actually put it together. Oh, thank you, Scarlett. I love you too. That just warms my heart. Anyway, but at the beginning of the live, I was screwing this stand together because I couldn't find my stand. It was still in my luggage, and that's how that went. This is a cute little bag. I should probably take some jewelry and put it in this bag and sell all this as a lot. The thing about, when you take a bag or something else, oh, here's some Christmas in July stuff. It's usually when people take a bid, and the more stuff you put in it, the higher the bid goes. Well, since I live in Florida and I don't have an auctioneer's license, I can't do bidding on my channel. I have to do all buy it nows. So my buy it nows, if I show that bag and show stuff in it that's worth $50 of makeup, right? New makeup. Maybe a little bit older makeup because I bought it from a reseller, but it's not been used makeup. But, it's worth $50 retail. And I give a buy it now of $10. I'm losing money because that's probably what about I paid for it. But if I do $20, I would consider myself breaking even because I paid postage on it. And, I've taken the time to gather it and all of that. So about $20, I would consider it breaking even. $10 would recover my costs. But $30, between that and the gasoline and the box and the label and all those expenses, that's really where I'm breaking even, right? But the thing is, if you take bids on stuff like that and people get into bidding, you can make profit. I could maybe sell it for above $30. So, but I don't know if I want to get into profit. I don't know if I want to pay taxes yet. Yes, I've sold, but everything I've sold so far, there's only been a few items that I've technically made money on that ran higher than what I paid for them. Most of them are at cost or they are lower than, I've sold them less than what I paid for them. So I've not made any profit because the ones that I've lost money on is a greater amount than the ones that I've made profit on. So I probably, if I sit down and, did a spreadsheet, I would probably know that I'm losing money, and I don't know at what point in time I would be making money. Now, this candle, I didn't pay anything for technically. I paid postage on it, but I won this as a prize for somebody that's not around so much anymore. But, it's a nice red candle you could have around during the holidays or at Valentine's Day. And I can sell this in the Christmas in July sale on July 1st on Johnny's. But, I paid postage for it, and I bought a huge amount of stuff from this woman in one fell swoop. So it's kind of a thank you gift. Yeah. So I might make money on this since I got it for free. But the thing is, all the rest of the stuff I'm selling and all the postage and all the gasoline and all the time, I really, even if I got what this goes for as retail, even though it's never been used, for that whole auction, I'm probably not making any money. Nothing to speak of. Less than minimum wage. Minimum wage in Florida is $14 an hour now. And if you're a waitress or some kind of tip, in some kind of tip industry, hostess industry, it's I think $10 to $10.50 an hour, which is Florida's better than most other states. Most other states go by I think it's 7 or 7.25 federal minimum wage. So. Of course, you got to pay FICA and you got to pay taxes out of that, even though you're going to get all your taxes back if you're making $7 an hour. And you don't have any other streams of income. So it's, kind of one of those things. I think like $7 an hour is where I would consider if I was going to work on a 9 to 5 or, not even a 9 to 5 schedule, a 40-hour week kind of job, that I would consider that breaking even because of your housing and your gasoline and your clothes and everything you need to have for that job. Taking your lunch or picking up lunch out, however you do that kind of thing. And since I have health issues and it'd be difficult for me to do that anyway, I would also have maybe extra expenses because I had to go in the hospital because, I tripped and fell or I, couldn't make it through the day or I wasn't able to get lunch and my sugar tank's out. I used to work as a security supervisor at AT&T, and one of the buildings I worked at had this lady and she had low glycemic indexes all the time. Matter of fact, I kept a candy bar and her manager kept candy for her. We wouldn't give it to her because if she'd eat the candy and not be low, her sugar would go high. So there were several people in the building that would keep sweets for her just in case, she needed it. So, it's just really hard with as expensive as things are. Oh, I'm not going to give away these bags. These bags are nice Ziploc bags that I can put merchandise in for my customers. But it's just really hard to make any money as expensive as things are. And if Iran does what they're threatening to do, I found a thank you card. I've been looking for these. And gasoline triples. They're threatening to close off the Persian Gulf. This is interesting. I think this is Chinese or Japanese. But there's a little guy going out on a boat. Now this has some dirt mark around it, so it needs to be removed. Or even this could be cut around the edges and framed. But this Asian art is usually put in blocks. And this stuff inside, I used to know where these soldiers were from. Some of it's not so pleasant. This is the kind of stuff you cannot sell on eBay. And this was just like in maybe a big poster or inside cards. See, these are like paper doll figures of these soldiers. And I don't even want to say where some of them are from because it's not so nice. I don't know, something like this. Now, I do not like to throw things away. I do not like to put things in the landfill. But things like that, sometimes, even though they're historical, I might actually like burn that. I don't know if any of you remember Just Sandy. Just Sandy got a piece of jewelry that was related to some places these soldiers are from, and it was gold. I don't know if it's 10 karat gold or what level of gold that it was. And she showed it to everybody. And then she went, "Good morning, Trevor." I love that block art, the Asian block art. She took that piece of jewelry and then she put it under the burner and burned it up and melted it down. And everybody in the chat was going, "Yay, destroy the evil." So I don't know. I might do something like that. Now, here I have, now this definitely came from Stephanie. And what Stephanie did, and I will not give this to somebody in the community. I will use this myself. Even though it's been folded, I can put this on the outside of a package. And she left the adhesive on here so I could pull that off. Let's see. This part has come up just a little bit. We're losing sticky over here. So I'm going to restore this so this doesn't get further mucked up. With what they did was they put my merchandise inside of this and used masking tape to seal it. Actually, what's funny is Stephanie's bought from me, so one of the things I did was I pulled the silver off and put items inside the box in these pouches. Yep, she burned it up, Scarlett. Like, goodbye, evil one, But, he's long dead. But anyway, here we have another bag that I think I'll keep this one. This was, I can separate jewelry with this, even though it doesn't seal. It's nice and silky bag. Now this bag seals, but you can see that it's kind of been through the flint mill. So this will go to somebody in my neighborhood, my city, that is moving or storing things, and they don't have to worry about what kind of impression they're giving anybody. They can separate their jewelry with that. Oh, goodness. Yeah, here is my, what is it called? It's not a merch bag. It's my swag bag from Jewel Guys Vintage and Resale. Oh, speaking of Mark and Michael, I've been doing a lot of unenvelopings for Bingo, and Mark is the co-host for Bingo. And yesterday I said, "Good morning, Yash Pajari." I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But anyway, they give away to the regular customers tape measures and have for a while. And then the first time I sold with them, they gave me the swag bag of goodies. And I've been kind of looking for this. Oh, I'm zipping it up. It was open. Ha! Let's see what they gave me. They gave me a button. But the yesterday I did an enveloping from Johnny, and I showed 2 pieces of jewelry that I bought for Marty out of 2 lots. And the rest of the lots, oh, here, look at this nice pin that they give their sellers. And probably some special customers too. Let's see. I got this in an order where I bought from them. And this is a light that you can put in glass. Oh, before I go on, I've got to tell you all a secret. Okay. Oh, Maddie, good morning. Maddie is also from the United Kingdom. I believe he's Scottish. But anyway, he has these beautiful fish tank videos. But these lights, you shine them on glass, and it'll show whether there's uranium in them or not, or if they're glowy glass. And I'll tell you right now, my big secret is I don't like glowy glass. Now, this is beautiful carnival glass. I got this originally came from Jess Groves of Groves Bargain Emporia, and then Stephanie got it, and I bought it from Stephanie. But anyway, the pictures I said I was going to post in my live yesterday of all the donations I made to Bingo. I did post them. I saved some of them, not all of them. There's one piece that I wasn't able to document that's in the Bingo donations from me. And Bingo starts back on July the 7th. The next 2 Mondays, there's going to be lives, but you go in and pick your numbers. But on the 7th, I put up the pictures of all the pieces I donated and all the pieces that went to Marty, which were 2, one out of each lot. So there's just 1 or 2 pieces missing that I donated. And the funny thing was, the sale that I bought these at was on Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale channel, but Johnny was a guest there. So it was funny because both the hosts of Bingo were there when I bought those donated lots, which I thought was good. But I've been collecting souvenir things, and I have this habit. Now, I've never been to Colorado. I've flown over Colorado, but I've never been to Colorado itself on the ground. So I've not been to the Royal Gorge. It looks like a fun place if you like rafting. I don't know if they do whitewater rafting there or not. I've been on the New River in West Virginia. At Thurman, West Virginia is where that starts. And I've whitewater rafted 2 or 3 times when I was young, and really loved it. But, you know, like I said, I was young. I could paddle hard when I needed to paddle hard, because that's important, that you paddle when you paddle. Oh, great. Good to see you, Terry. I'm originally from Boone County. My family was there 170 years. So when my family first moved there, the portion that most of them lived in was Logan County, Virginia. And then it became Boone County. And then it became West Virginia. So got a long history there. What part of the state are you from? I just went up there. I went to Tamarack. I loved Tamarack. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm very familiar with Cabell County. Matter of fact, happy Juneteenth, everyone. And the reason that reminded me of Juneteenth is I had a 3rd grade uncle who married his slave wife. Her name was Mary Barnes. And they had 13 children together. Now, because at the time it was Virginia. Wait a minute. No, at the time it was West Virginia. But his neighbors didn't take kindly to marrying his former slave and taking her as a wife and having children together. Now, I haven't checked the dates of birth of the children yet, but oh my goodness, let me get you. I'm going to put these bags in some of these bags and put this with my donation. But I've got a very special picture of my great-great-grandfather, who would have been, my uncle's name was Samuel J. Cabell. The records show him as Samuel I. Cabell. But that's some research I wanted to do. I never got to. I had to move because of rising real estate prices. Right after the pestilence started, a lot of people from New York and New Jersey moved to Florida, and the real estate prices went up. And every year we had these hurricanes. And I live in Northeast Florida. So what happened was, oh, that needs to go in the swag bag. What happened was, a lot of the people from downstate started moving to Northeast Florida because our area, even though we get tropical storms, we hardly ever, I want to save this to put some things in that are similar. But anyway, a lot of people from downstate have moved up to Northeast Florida. So supply and demand lets you know that when there's more demand, the prices go up, and our real estate prices went up. So I donated 6 boxes of family history and genealogy books to the Boone County Genealogical Society. They did reimburse me for the postage, but which ended up being $600 or $700. They reimbursed me for the postage, but the books were worth thousands of dollars. So I had, I didn't want to give them to the Goodwill here because there wasn't anybody here that would have appreciated them, and they might have ended up in, yes, it's a lot of, but he owned this huge amount of land at Institute, West Virginia. Malap. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name right. But anyway, let me go get the picture of my great-great-grandfather. It'll be just a moment. And because it's Juneteenth, I think it's worth it. I wish I would have gotten it out of the cabinet to start with. But I didn't. So... Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh. That bad? Okay. Yeah? Where? Sorry, folks, it'll be just a minute. Things have been moved. right. I cannot find it. So sorry. But I have a picture of it. And it's one of those things somebody could have taken for the frame and the stand. If somebody did that and took that picture, it's just going to be devastating to me. But I will put a post up of the actual picture. Oh, that'd be just a shame. I had a flash drive stolen from me once. It had tons and tons and tons of information on it. And the person stole it just to have the external storage. They probably deleted all of my information. And something like that's just tragic, because I've done years or decades of research. So I've had some theft. I didn't think I'd had theft here, but evidently I have, because that's gone. And it's something that you couldn't just put anywhere. And that's one of those things. Oh my gosh. But anyway, he was the brother of Samuel, or half brother of Samuel Cabell, whose children went on to found West Virginia Institute of Technology, not West Virginia Institute of Technology, West Virginia State College at Institute, West Virginia. And now that college is now part of the West Virginia University system. But when the laws passed that there was going to be equality in education, the governor of West Virginia went upriver to Institute because he knew the Cabell children had been educated in Ohio. So yes, they had 13 children, and then the 13 children went on to go to college in Ohio and be college educated. So there, at Institute, West Virginia, there was a little enclave of educated African American people who were teaching the next generation already. And so West Virginia State College was founded there. The original name of it, I can't say, because it had the quote unquote civilized version of the N word in it. But of course, today is a day to celebrate liberty and freedom for all people. What happened for Juneteenth was a liberation celebration in Texas for the longest time. And what happened when Abraham Lincoln passed the Emancipation Proclamation, all of these plantation owners did not tell their slaves that it had passed. And many of them, almost all of them, could not read, not because they were not intelligent, but they were not afforded the opportunity to read. As a matter of fact, in some states had laws that they weren't allowed to have books or learn to be able to read. And even after that, some states had some Jim Crow laws like that, and they weren't allowed in schools. So I believe it was the 1890s that the laws passed that they had to be. Of course, they were separate schools from the white children, but they still started to have schools and colleges for African Americans, and that's how that started. But the slaves in Texas were the last to be freed and last to enjoy the passing of the Emancipation Proclamation, and Abraham Lincoln passed. So I don't know. Good morning, Kathy. How are you doing today? I was trying to give some family history, but I've had a picture disappear, and I'm very kind of upset about it. But I do have a copy of the picture digitally that I can share later, and I'll do that as part of the Juneteenth celebration today. Matter of fact, I'll post it with the um, on my community page, and I'll probably post it on my Facebook groups. So, and say happy Juneteenth to everyone. And but anyway, I'm a little out of breath from looking at that picture. I want to look at a few more places to see if we have it somewhere here. Because it would be real tragedy if I did not possess that. That was given to me by my cousin, Emmy Alice Dolan. So anyway, I need to see it on Juneteenth for real. So you all have a wonderful and blessed day.